All right, let's bring in now my great Tuesday panel, Sky News hosts Paul Murray and Liz Story.
Hello.
Welcome to you both. Look, let's start with Clover Moore. You know, she really thinks she does run the whole country, not just her tiny left-wing council. We had a referendum, actually, thank you, Clover Moore. The referendum was an emphatic no result, and yet, Paul, she wants to introduce not just her own Indigenous voice to council, but also a review of colonial statutes, this is our history, and a whole bunch of other things that completely ignores the country's overwhelming no vote.
I'm always amazed at the people who sit atop the power structures that only happen because of settlement, who turn around to pretend that there's the opportunity for them to use that power to go back to some magical day before. The reality is that if Clover Moore wanted to, she's been around for a long time, she could resign, and there are plenty of councillors, and there's certainly a councillor who ran overtly on all of this as an Indigenous woman, but no, it's all about the virtue signalling. This council has got form for many reasons as trying to sort of act as if sort of they're the left-wing conscience of New South Wales. They've declared climate emergencies before government's got anywhere near it. But then they turn around and say that you can't have solar panels on your roof if they're facing the street because that affects curb appeal.
Oh, and you can't have gas in new buildings anymore. I mean, other state governments like, you can't actually do that, and they're like, watch us.
She goes off, she'll invent her own version of the voice, but has had many, many months where they haven't even picked up the rubbish. So this is the perfect example of council that's way out of control. My suggestion about the City of Sydney Council is that just like the Sydney Harbour Foreshore Authority, literally the big swathes of what touches the water is controlled by the state government, the actual CBD now needs to be put into that authority. Because it's all well and good that she does whatever she wants in sort of the lefty pockets of suburbia there, but the actual main street, the main drag, the main business, it should be the purview of the state government, not Clover Moore.
Yeah. Now, Liz, it's not just Clover Moore. We're also seeing state governments around the country proceeding with their own voices to Parliament despite the referendum result.
Absolutely. We've got, up in Queensland, they inked their path to treaty months and months ago. I think they were the first ones out of the gate. Western Australia obviously reneged on theirs once their cultural heritage laws turned into a very complicating burning dumpster fire. But South Australia, they came up with their own voice to Parliament. Victoria's got their first People's Assembly, which has the job of coming up with a statewide treaty. And New South Wales, as we know, hasn't ruled it out. That's all Mins will say at the moment. Tasmania has already said, the Tasmanian Premier has already said he's forging ahead also with some sort of voice-like body, which just goes to show the people that we elect to represent us aren't doing their job. They are pushing some sort of agenda, even after such a comprehensive vote, but we're seeing it across the board.
Yeah, they don't care about democracy or what the people have to say.
No.